All right, here we are. Jasmine Crockett continues to say the most embarrassing things. This is how we know we're in the clown world. The Democrat establishment keeps placing people like her in front. It's so embarrassing. She made some false accusations regarding some people and their ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Turns out it wasn't true. Turns out they didn't even do their own due diligence in researching and verifying that these names and lists were accurate, because it wasn't the actual Jeffrey Epstein. It was another person named Jeffrey Epstein. But let's listen to what Miss Jasmine Crockett has to say.
You talked about Republicans taking money from a Jeffrey Epstein. Here's what you said.
Who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly. Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Palin, Rick Lazio.
You mentioned Lee Zeldin there. He's now a cabinet secretary. He responded and said it was actually Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, who's a doctor that doesn't have any relation to the convicted sex trafficker. Unfortunate for that doctor, but that is who donated to a prior campaign of his. Do you want to correct the record on the people that you...
Listen, I never said that it was that Jeffrey Epstein. Just so that people understand, when you make a donation, your picture is not there. And because they decided to spring this on us in real time, I wanted the Republicans to think about what could potentially happen, because I knew that they didn't even try to go through the FEC. So my team, what they did is they Googled. And that is specifically why I said a Jeffrey Epstein. Unlike Republicans, I at least don't go out and just tell lies.
Stop the cap.
Because it was not the same one, that's fine. But when Lee Zeldin had something to say, all he had to say was it was a different Jeffrey Epstein. He admitted that he did receive donations from a Jeffrey Epstein, so at least I wasn't trying to mislead people. Now, have I dug in to find out who this doctor is? I have not. So I will trust and take what he says, is that it wasn't that Jeffrey Epstein, but I was not attempting to mislead anybody. I literally had maybe 20 minutes before I had to do that debate.
Yeah, but people might see that and say, well, you're trying to make it sound like he took money from
I did not know.
A registered sex offender.
No, but I literally did not know. When you search FEC files, and that's what I had my team to do, I texted them and I said, listen, we're going up. They are saying that she took donations.
Right, but someone might say, well, your team should have done the homework to make sure it wasn't the convicted sex trafficker.
Within 20 minutes, you could not find that out, not from just doing a quick search on FEC. So, number one, I made sure that I was clear that it was a Jeffrey Epstein, but I never said that it was specifically that Jeffrey Epstein, because I knew that we would need more time to really dig in.
Are you not ashamed to say that out loud? You just admitted you guys didn't do your homework, you pulled out your cell phone, you Googled the name, and you just ran with it. This is just mentally exhausting. Well, guys, Lee Zeldin, of course, he clapped back like he stated. Yes, Crockett, a physician named Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, who's a totally different person than the other Jeffrey Epstein, donated to a prior campaign of mine. No freaking relation, you genius.
Well, so the reason why Jasmine Crockett would go to the floor in the first place and be lying is because she's done it a lot in the past and they get away with it. So the thought is you take the cheap shot, there's not going to be any pushback, and it's a free hit on the right to change the narrative. The problem is that you better come at us with facts and truth, or you're going to end up regretting it. In this case, they say there's no picture of the donor, Jeffrey Epstein. Well, that's true on FEC.gov, but what it does say for occupation is that this person was a physician. What it does say is the date of the donation, and the date of donation was after that other Jeffrey Epstein was already dead. Now, why would Jasmine Crockett go on CNN and what happened last night? Well, that's just about doubling down on stupid. That was a word salad that makes, Kamala Harris sound like William Shakespeare. What happened on that CNN appearance was just an embarrassment in trying to clean up something where everybody knows common sense is that you're just supposed to own up to it. You made a mistake, you got called out for it. She didn't expect to get called out for it, but again, if you're coming at us, you better come at us with truth and facts, because we're gonna push back.
It's always so interesting that Democrats all of a sudden care about the Epstein list when Joe Biden sat in the presidency for 4 years and they never mentioned it. It was always the Republicans trying to push the idea of releasing the Epstein list. Now that Trump is in office, oh, well, Trump doesn't want to release because he's on it. Yeah, guys, nice try. We've seen this game before. Trump has already just signed the Epstein, signed the bill to release the Epstein files. So They can't say that anymore. Here they continue to defend their friends because that's what Democrats do. They don't care about the integrity aspect. They care about defending their friends. You literally had Stacey Plaskett texting Jeffrey Epstein live while in a court hearing. They're not going to call her out. They're not going to condemn it as wrong or evil. Listen to Jasmine Crockett's response as she defends her friend Stacey Plaskett, who was texting Jeffrey Epstein, the real Jeffrey Epstein that self-deleted himself, quote unquote.
Because I'm sorry, but like, we don't have ethical like rules that say that you can't receive text messages or you can't respond to text messages, especially if somebody has a certain record and you can't do it in committee. We all be sitting on our phones, and yes, people be texting. I mean, our staff texts us, like everybody texts us, like people. I remember when I had the bleached blonde situation, you know who was texting me? My pastor. Okay. So like, let me be clear. There is no ethical violation. And so the idea or the audacity to decide that you want to strip a Black woman of her committee assignment because she was texting with Epstein.
Crack is cheap.
What does race have to do with it? She was texting Jeffrey Epstein, the kingpin of one of the largest human trafficking rings in modern history. Every single person of power on planet Earth has some kind of relationship with him. He brought all your favorite celebrities, all your favorite politicians to an island where young individuals are trafficked. And you're saying that's not an ethical violation. You're trying to strip a Black woman. Her race has nothing to do with it. This is just an evil, vile human being. And you guys are colluding with him to try to take down Trump because you guys have Trump derangement syndrome. If you are a Democrat, you should be ashamed of yourself. These are the people that you follow. They don't care about justice. They don't care about doing the right thing. All they continue to focus on is how can we take down Trump? How dare us take down a Black woman who was colluding with Epstein to attack the sitting president of the United States of America? Jasmine Crockett's too dumb to be a member of Congress. You guys let me know your thoughts down below. This is getting absolutely insane. It's almost like the Democratic Party, that they're not even interested in the betterment of the United States of America. They're playing a completely different game by a completely different set of rules. But I can for sure say it will be chaotic. But you guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. This is absolutely insane. It makes no sense to me. But here we are. Deuces.